What's up, Broncos country? Listen up, Denver Broncos family, there's a huge game coming, and what's at stake is going to make your heart race. Mile High is about to host the Green Bay Packers, and this matchup could change everything we've been building throughout this magical season. But there's one detail that might surprise a lot of people. What happens on the final play could be historic. Stick with me until the end, because this prediction is going to blow your mind. Week 15 has arrived, bringing that heavy energy, that decision-making atmosphere that only big games provide. The Denver Broncos are facing a unique opportunity: win at home and clinch a playoff spot. Simple as that, Broncos country. A victory in front of our crowd, in that stadium where the altitude works miracles and the fans are the 12th player, and we're in the postseason. But it doesn't stop there. This win also puts us closer to the division title, since it's now a direct battle against the Chargers. The Chiefs are mathematically eliminated from the AFC West race. Let that sink in for a second. The Green Bay team arrives here with a record of 9 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. They're a brute force, one of the top 5 teams in the league right now. There's no conversation. If the Denver Broncos want to win this battle, they're going to need everything: defense, offense, special teams, bench players, coaching staff, fans. Everyone rowing in the same direction, everyone focused on the same goal. It's a playoff game before the playoffs even begin. Now comes the good part, family. Let's talk about the bold predictions for this game that could define the future of our season. First prediction: Bo Nix is going to ball out against the Packers. I'm talking about at least 3 touchdown passes. And you might be thinking, but he hasn't done that since the end of October against the Cowboys. Exactly. It's time for Bo Nix to get back to doing what he does best, when the game demands it. This kid has ice in his veins. The bigger the pressure, the better he plays. It's been that way since he got here. And there's another important detail. It's the first home game in almost a month. Do you guys think Bo Nix isn't going to feel that energy from the orange and blue crowd exploding in the stands? He's going to feed off it. He's going to use every scream, every flag waving, every fan shouting his name as fuel to play at the highest level. The numbers don't lie, Broncos country. Bo Nix has played 14 home games in his career. Know how many wins the Denver Broncos have in those games? 12. That's right. 12 wins in 14 games. The kid has 29 touchdown passes at home, an average of more than 2 per game. And of the 7 games where he's thrown at least 3 touchdowns in his career, 5 were playing at Mile High. So when I say Bo Nix is going to explode against Green Bay, it's not guesswork. It's a performance pattern. It's what he always does when he plays in front of our people. The Packers are going to feel the pressure. They're going to feel that thin air hitting their lungs. They're going to feel every snap being counted by the crowd. And Bo Nix, he's going to be at home, comfortable, firing balls to Courtland Sutton, connecting with the tight ends, finding gaps in Green Bay's defense. 3 touchdowns are the minimum. Write it down. Second bold prediction: R.J. Harvey is going to explode. I'm talking about over 100 rushing yards, the first triple-digit mark in his young career. And it's not crazy to say this, family. The Packers' run defense is vulnerable. Over the last 35-40 days, they've been getting beaten on the ground. Teams have been running at will against this defensive front that used to be solid. The Denver Broncos need to exploit this gap, control the clock, maintain possession, make long, time-consuming drives that will tire out the opposing defense and keep Green Bay's offense on the bench. And who better to do that than R.J. Harvey? The kid has hunger, has speed, has power in his legs. He's ready for this moment. Imagine the scene, Broncos country. Third quarter, score tied, and R.J. Harvey starting to chop it up. 5 yards here, 8 yards there, a 15-yard run through the middle of the defense. The offensive line opening holes, the blockers doing the dirty work, and Harvey gaining confidence with every snap. Before you know it, he's past the 100-yard mark, and Mile High is in absolute ecstasy. This is the type of game that can change a career. Harvey has plenty of talent. Now his moment has come to shine on the big stage, against a quality opponent, with all the spotlights on him. And I believe he's going to deliver. It'll be the first of many 100-yard performances in his career. Screenshot this conversation. And now comes the boldest prediction of all. Hold tight to your chair because this one's going to give you chills. The Denver Broncos defense is going to seal the victory with an interception on the Packers' final offensive drive. That's right, what you heard. Game tied or Broncos ahead by one possession, Green Bay with the ball, trying to tie or take the lead, and boom! One of our defensive backs appears in front of the ball, intercepts the pass, and ends the Packers' dream right there, in the middle of the field. I know what you're thinking, but the Broncos' defense has had trouble forcing turnovers all year. True, that hasn't been our strength. But you know what? Great teams show up in great moments. And this Denver Broncos team is learning to win in different ways every week. One time it's the defense dominating, another time it's the offense exploding, another time it's special teams making the difference. It's time for the defense to make that play that's going to enter franchise folklore, that interception that's going to appear in all the season highlights, that's going to become a t-shirt, that's going to be remembered for years. And you know why? Because this team hasn't lost at home in over a year, 10 consecutive wins at Mile High. This team knows how to close games at the highest level. Remember the last time we had a game this big at home? It was literally our last game in the stadium against the Kansas City Chiefs. And what happened? Victory. Defense showing up at the right time, offense doing what was necessary, crowd pushing the team forward. It was a complete performance, and that's exactly what's going to happen again in Week 15. So when that final Packers drive begins, when the cameras focus on the tense faces of fans in the stands, when silence takes over the stadium for a few seconds while Green Bay lines up in formation, one of our guys is going to make the play of his life. It could be Pat Certain too, Caden Stearns could show up, some linebacker making a perfect read. Doesn't matter who it is. What matters is that ball is going to be ours at the most crucial moment of the game. And Denver Broncos family, you know what comes after that? Celebration. Players running to the end zone, hugs, screams, crowd going wild. Mile High is going to feel like it's going to collapse from so much emotion. Because it's not just an interception, it's confirmation that this team is different. It's proof that 2025 is our year. It's the moment when everyone's going to look at the Denver Broncos and think, these guys are serious. And there's more. This victory isn't just going to put us in the playoffs. It's going to send a message to the entire league. The Denver Broncos are back. We're not that team anymore that takes a beating quietly, that accepts defeat with our heads down. We're an unstoppable force, an orange and blue steamroller that's coming hard to leave our mark on this season. Bo Nix playing his best football when it matters most. R.J. Harvey exploding on the ground and showing that the future of the running game is in good hands. The defense making the clutch play that's going to define the game. This isn't just a victory script Broncos country. It's a script for total domination. The Packers are going to arrive here thinking they can win. They're going to look at their record, at the players they have, at the experience they carry, but they're not prepared for what's going to happen at Mile High. They're not ready to feel the pressure of the altitude, the weight of the most passionate fan base in the NFL, the hunger of a team that hasn't lost at home in forever. Is Green Bay good? Yes, they are, but we're better. We have the best fans in the league. We have a quarterback who's growing every week. We have a defense that's about to make the play everyone will remember. We have everything it takes to win this game and continue our triumphant march toward the playoffs. So if you're Broncos country for real, start preparing for what's coming. Get your orange jersey ready. Prepare your voice to scream for 3 straight hours. Call your friends to watch because this game is going to be epic. It's going to be the type of game you'll tell your children and grandchildren about. It's going to be that moment when you can say, I was there, I saw it, I believed. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any analysis, any prediction, any play of our victorious journey. Because every game now is a final. Every victory is one step closer to glory. And let me ask you a question, family. What do you think of these predictions? Bo Nix with 3 touchdowns, Reality or just wishful thinking? Is R.J. Harvey really going to break 100 yards? And that interception at the end of the game, do you believe it's going to happen? Drop your opinion in the comments. I want to know what Broncos country is feeling about this big game, because at the end of the day, that's what unites us. It's this unconditional passion, this unshakable faith, this love for the Denver Broncos that makes us a family. Doesn't matter if you're watching from Denver, from Brazil, from Europe, or from any corner of the world. If you bleed orange and blue, you're one of us. The Packers are going to try. They're going to give their best, but it won't be enough. Because when Mile High is on fire, when Broncos country is united, when this team is playing their best football, there's no opponent that can handle it. There's no defense that can stop it. There's no scoreboard that can limit us. This is our house. This is our moment. This is our season. And nothing and no one is going to take that away from us. Week 15 is going to be historic. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be everything an American football fan can dream of. And at the end, when the clock hits 0 and victory is secured, we'll celebrate together another step conquered toward our ultimate goal. So let's go, Broncos country. Leave a like on this video if you're confident in the victory. Share it with that friend who's also passionate about the Denver Broncos. And comment below which of these 3 predictions you think has the best chance of happening. Because the conversation is just starting, and I want to hear from each of you. At the end of the day, American football is about this. It's about believing when no one else believes. It's about making noise when the opponent wants silence. It's about being that 12th player on the field, pushing the team forward with every scream, with every flag, with every chest thump. And you know what's the best part of all this? We're just getting started. If we win this game, if we clinch a playoff spot, the season really begins. Because then it's win or go home. It's leave everything on the field or watch others playing on TV. And I don't know about you guys, but I prefer to be in the middle of the fight, sweating it out, screaming until I'm hoarse, believing until the last second. The Packers don't know what's coming. They're going to enter the field confident, but they're going to leave there with total respect for what this Denver Broncos team represents. They're going to feel firsthand what it's like to play against a historic franchise that's rising from the ashes. They're going to learn that Mile High isn't just a stadium, it's a fortress where opposing dreams come to die. So prepare your heart, Broncos country, because in a few days we're all going to be together, whether at the stadium or in front of the TV, living every play like it's the last. Rooting, suffering, celebrating together. Because that's how we do it. That's how it's always been and always will be. And when that interception happens on the final drive, when the ball falls into one of our guys' hands, when the game is won and the celebration screams echo throughout the stadium, you're going to remember this moment right here. You're going to remember that I told you. You're going to remember that Broncos country believed together. You're going to remember that we were part of something bigger than all of us. Until the next video, Denver Broncos family, let's go all out against the Packers. Let's show the entire world that the Denver Broncos are back on top, and we're going to do it our way. With grit, with passion, with that fire that only those who wear orange and blue can understand. Broncos country, let's ride.